Morning, Dre.
Morning.
How's it going, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. Trot must have slept in a little bit today.
Yeah, Trot's gonna have to go till 10:30 today.
Hey, them sheets was stuck to him this morning, boy. Either that, or he spent a little extra time in his prayer closet speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
Tay, what it do?
What's up? What's going on?
Man, where you at, Taylor?
My God, was everybody at?
What up? I don't know.
What's going on?
Apparently.
Everybody asleep. What the? Better not. What's the deal?
Dre, were you sleeping in, bro?
I don't know
Were you
where
sleeping in?
What? Y'all talking to me?
He
I
meant
don't
to
know
say
what.
Trot,
I
not
was
Dre.
asking, were you
He
sleeping
meant to say
in?
Trot.
He said Dre. I was
What?
I'm
like,
like, why are you throwing me into this thing?
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
They talking about because
Dre.
you started a little later than usual, so they were saying you were in the prayer closet speaking in tongues way too long.
Y'all.
Whoa, who's
My
saying?
Lord.
Wait a minute.
Bubba, hey, listen, I
I
wake
was
up
just a
floating.
witness.
You hear me? Bubba,
Yeah.
when I wake up, I don't got to get off the bed. I just got to stand up.
What? I'm confused.
I,
Say it again.
I get off the bed
He said
floating,
you don't
Bubba.
have to. He said you don't have to
I
get
don't, I
up
don't,
off the bed. He just stands.
yeah, I don't got to get off out of
Wait,
the
was
bed
that
and
a
all that. I
short
just
joke though?
stand up.
Was that a
I just
short joke
stand
though?
up, Bo. Huh?
Was that a short joke?
Was that a short joke? Yeah. Oh my Lord.
Good one,
Yeah.
CJ.
No, Bubba.
Good one.
No, that would actually be a tall joke.
I
That would
know.
be a tall joke. Short people have short legs, but they got to hop off the bed. So it's actually complete opposite. That would be more like Dre saying he don't have to get up off the bed. He just stands up because the bed's too short, low to the ground for his tall butt.
No, like
Oh,
you just like you roll off and like land on your feet. Like you don't have to like bend your knees or anything. You just like, you
so
know what I'm
your
saying? You do
bed's
like
on
a
the
little
floor.
Oh
somersault
my
off the
goodness.
bed. Hey, trap rappel off the
Wow.
bed.
Yeah. Stupid, dumb, bro. Just, repel off the bed. I go airborne. I come off that bed. I go airborne, bro.
You got the
You hear
whole
me?
parachute on.
Everything, bro.
You got a whole parachute.
You seen that job, Trot? The most dangerous job in the world. Somebody did Mike Garcia send it to you too?
Yeah, he's like, hey, would you do this? I was like, in a heartbeat. What? Talk about some fast cash, bro. It's 1 day's work, bro. 1 day. You work 1 day.
Yeah, I'm not going up there without a parachute though. Ain't no way.
Bro, what are you talking about, bro? You got carabiners galore, bro. You're hooked up to that thing. Oh, come on, man.
No,
Too
brother.
easy. Too
I'm
easy,
saying though,
bro.
here's the thing though, Trot. Why wouldn't you have a parachute? If you could jump off of the end and just parachute down and save yourself 4 hours, why wouldn't you?
Well, I will say this. Well, because it's probably in the job description that you can't do that. It probably says you have to climb up and climb back down. If they see you doing that, bro, and it's not in the contract, they'll probably fire your butt.
Well, Dre,
Hey
don't
man,
you know that?
Trump
Hey,
probably
Dre,
has a grappling hook. That's how he gets out of bed.
Dre, don't you know those angels will hold you up lest you dash your foot upon the rock, bro?
That's right, bro. See? Told you.
man, you
Yeah, but I
tripping,
mean,
bro. Ain't no way.
what? Bro, that thing pays over $100,000. And you work 2 days. I'm sorry. You work 2 days a year. Are you serious? 16 hours a year for over $100,000? Like I'm just saying, like,
I'm gonna
I
send you
do
the
it.
USA Jobs application for it, bro.
What do you
do
have
they
to
have
do?
one? Do they have one around here? Where's the nearest one in Texas?
I
You
don't know.
just
They have
told.
them all over the place.
Oh no, I don't know where it's at. That's all. That's the only reason why I'm asking. They got them in Texas. Where at?
Hey,
What,
send it to
what
me,
would you
and
have to do?
so I can see what it
Okay,
is. I didn't see it.
this what Mike. This what Mike said. Mike said it's 260 a year, 130 a day. I don't know, Mike. I think it's 130. Because you're doing it twice. So you're telling me they're paying you 130 each time you do it? No way.
Yep. No, that's what it is. That's a fact. Mike Garcia. I just saw it this morning with my little brother in the gym. I was like, look at
No,
this.
there's no way, dude. They're paying you
I'm serious.
130K for 8 hours of work.
Yes,
Oh
bro.
my. See, let me
No.
tell you. You know what? Hey, you
I
know
would do
why,
that in a
bro?
heartbeat.
You know why, bro? Because this is the kind of era that we're in right now. Nobody's a guy anymore. Nobody's a guy. Nobody wants to do guy stuff anymore, dude. Come on, man, it's
Well,
crazy.
the thing is, like, out of 10 people that go up, two make it down. So
uh,
you better know Jesus.
it's the
What'd you
indoctrination.
say?
Everybody.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Dre?
I said out of 10 guys that go up, only two make it down. So you better know Jesus.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. You're telling me 8 out of 10 people die doing this?
They either they die or don't go all the way up.
They okay. They may not make it all the way up. Oh my lord.
So,
Are
like,
you
they pass out or
serious?
something?
Bro, that
First
job
of
was
all, you
You're
got
mental.
saying, hey, I'll do it.
oh,
Trot's over here like, hey, I'll do it for 30 grand.
listen.
No, that's no,
Listen. Everybody's
you don't
talking
ever go
crazy.
down on the money, bro. You don't ever go down on the money. If they can't find someone to do it, if they can't
Here's
find
the thing,
someone to do
guys.
it, bro.
Here's the thing, Try. Everybody's like, yo, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Maybe you have the guts to do it, but can you get on the stairmaster for 4 hours straight? That's the question.
I could. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Again, I do it. No problem. No problem, bro.
Hey, that,
Okay,
Let
what
me
that
would you
just
be
say
grip
this.
doing?
start giving out. That grip gonna start giving out too. The forearm.
No,
Man, Benny,
no.
they're making it seem like it's just so easy. Like you're just gonna walk up there. Nah, bro. Like you got to be like elite athletic shape to go up there, bro.
Send me the
Hmm.
video, please.
Oh
I
my
Another
will. I
lord.
claim
can't
to
send it
these
while I'm on live, but I'll send it to you.
Hold on.
It
Go up
won't be
where?
my first time
Wait,
doing something elite, bro. Come on, stop it.
I
Bro,
wouldn't
I told you
say
last
any.
time. Maybe 1998 Trot could do it, but 2023 Trot, he ain't making it up there, Bubba. I'm
All
telling
right,
you right
okay.
now.
Okay. Well, then Deion Sanders can't do it either. Then
100%. He can't make it up there right now.
I'm
Maybe
talking
1998,
about.
Dion.
I'm talking about. Listen, it's ye with little faith. That's your problem, not mine, Bubba. That's your problem, not mine.
What would you be
Hey, I
doing?
thought, hey,
What's the
Trot,
Speak for
job?
yourself,
Hold
Trot,
on.
bro.
What's the
Speak for
job?
yourself.
hey,
What's the
Trot,
job?
Speak for yourself.
isn't
What's the?
faith Jesus, and then we're all given the exact measure?
Oh my!
Yeah, but you have to use it. You can't just sit on it. You got to use it, Bubba.
Gotta take it, bro.
You got to use it. There's a difference. You got to use it.
What's the job? What would you be doing?
Man, you climb this very tall pole and you change a light bulb, but it takes 3, 4, or
Oh,
5 hours to get up there. Basically, it
yeah.
takes 4 hours to get up there and 4 hours to get back down. It's an 8 hour job, but
I'd do that.
I wouldn't
I
I
used to
wouldn't
climb stuff
expect
all
any
the time.
I wouldn't expect anyone that went above and beyond to do that. If you've never went
Yeah.
above and beyond, you're probably not going to do that. Probably not going to happen.
Or if you think you can only work 9 to 5 and that's all you can do, well, probably
Well,
won't do it.
it's kind of like, bro. It's real simple, bro. It's real simple. Let's say they tell you, hey, you're hired. In 4 months will be your first time to go up. Bubba, you're telling me. Let me tell you something. If you're used to being in the gym and you're used to getting in shape, bro. 4 months is overkill. You don't need 4 months
Right. All right.
unless you don't know what you're doing. Now, if you don't know what you're doing, 4 months ain't gonna be enough time. You ain't gonna make it. But for someone that is used to being in the gym, they're used to hitting it hard. They're used to killing it. Boy, 4 months is enough time. So when that time frame comes back around, you're gonna be trained up. If again you got that eye of the tiger, like that killing mentality, where you're gonna go get it. Now you got somebody that's lazy, goes to the gym once a week, and they're like, "Oh, I'll get there when I get there." You're not gonna make it, bro. You're not gonna make it. But
That's my whole point. Like you can't just like somebody just can't right now say, "Hey, I'm going to go climb that tower." Nah, bro, they don't work that way. You
well,
want
okay,
to
well, that
work
first of all,
out. You want to
that's a
get yourself in
fool.
shape.
That's a first of all, that's a fool. So you're not talking to a fool here. So give me some respect, bro. You ain't talking to no fool here. I'm gonna go train before I go up there. Obviously, I'm not gonna run in it just because I ain't been to combat in years. That don't mean I'm just gonna hop in it. Now, if it comes at my front door, I have no choice. But I'm not gonna just hop into combat. I'm gonna go train for several months before I go up there. It ain't my first rodeo, but I'm just saying, uh, you know, people aren't making it up there, bro. Obviously, I'm just gonna say at least half of them are not doing any type of training. They're probably like, well, I'm skinny, bro. That don't mean nothing. It ain't got nothing to do with that, man. If your cardio ain't up, you ain't making it up. That period. Now, if you're relying on just your forearms to go up there, then that's going to be foolish. You can't rely on that. Your legs are going to have to make it up there. But 4 hours, does it give you the length of the pole? Does anybody know the length of these things?
Nah, I don't know.
I know it's several stories high, but I can't remember how high.
I wouldn't be able to do it in the winter.
Why?
It's cold,
Man.
bro. I don't do the cold.
So,
No, I don't do the cold.
and I lived in the cold.
I hate the cold.
I
do live in the cold. I hate the cold.
No, I'm talking about living in it, bro. Outside in the forest, bro, like in the trees.
In the elements.
When it's freaking, yeah, man. 200 stories, 600 meters.
That's up there.
Okay, so we're doing approximately, let's see, 600 meters. So 200 would be 3. So 150 maybe? Yeah. So you're doing 150 meters an hour, basically, if you want to put it that way.
Oof.
150 meters. So basically, if you just want to, we'll say a football field and a half in an hour. So obviously, there's a certain pace. So what you do is you go find you a pole that's 150 meters, and you climb that bad boy and see how long it takes you to get up there. You can train yourself to do it. I can't believe they're paying that much money. They're paying that much money. They can't find people to do it.
I can't believe they don't have a robot doing it. Yeah, like what?
That's
What's
crazy.
happening?
You got to do 6 football fields.
Bro,
Yeah, six football fields, bro.
Man,
that's up there.
Yeah.
I don't even.
Yeah, but
think
you
I
got to
could,
think.
duck walk 6 football fields.
Duck walk. Ooh, man, that's bad on your knees. I'll say this, man. I can't believe that. 130K for one day's work, bro. I've been climbing obstacle courses, Bubba. I feel like I've been doing them for free. Somebody gonna pay me 130K to climb one tall obstacle course? Man, come on, bro.
That's all like I'll wrap myself all the way through those bars. Let's go.
Basically, you just gonna suck one day, bro. That's it. One day is gonna hurt, And if you're not trained up properly, you might have a week hurt after that. But let's just say one day of hurt, and then one day, maybe 2 days of a little soreness, and that's it. That's it.
Is there certain qualifications?
You're set for what?
I don't know.
How many years would that set you for?
I need to go ahead and cash out.
Jordan has a point though.
What's the point?
He said, what's that after taxes though?
Yeah, well, obviously we're getting to that. We're getting to that, bro. Like, so. Well, here's the thing, bro. Like, look how tall it is, right? So, like, if we get out of the sphere of the earth, they can't tax you on the other half. You know what I mean? Like, because we're not in America.
It's true.
So, they can only tax you on half.
Well, 300 meters off the ground, you can't tax me. I'm not in America.
Hey, Jordan, figure the taxes out on that. Hey, look at the average tax. Just do average. What's the average tax in America? And do the math real quick. So 260K. Just do the average math in America and see what that comes out to.
I'm gonna guess you're gonna probably be paying about $52,000 in taxes.
Yeah, that sounds like a 30-40 grand. Yeah, 30-40 grand. Either way, you're still making 200K, bro.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Still clear.
That lasts me a long time. I wouldn't have to work for a while.
You wouldn't have to. Don't be lazy, bro. You don't stop working just because you made 100 grand, bro. Come on, bro. Stop.
$100 grand. That's 200
100.
grand. And
Oh, well, okay, fine. 200
if
grand,
nothing
bro. Come
changed, I'd be
on.
good.
Yeah,
200 grand.
in 2 or 3 years, you'll be white around the lips again.
Yeah.
Don't be
200 grand.
confused. The focus and work would then shift all to the Bible. So there would still be work being done.
No, I'm talking about income, bro. You don't just make 200 grand. You're like, all right, guys, good for
Uh,
another 6
yeah,
months.
I'm good.
I'll
I'm good
tell
for
you
another
what,
six
man.
I'll
months.
see you guys later.
If I was
Yeah.
climbing up that pole, bro, I'd be having the audio Bible playing in my ear the whole way.
Yeah.
You come down. Hey, you come down like Moses off the mountain, glowing, bro. I got revelation.
I saw Jesus.
For real.
I got
Like,
to the
bro,
top and I met God.
I met God, bro. I was at the top of the mountain, bro. Hey, God took me to an exceedingly high mountain.
Here's the question,
No
though.
joke.
Exceedingly high, 600 meters high.
Why not? Why not? If you could do that job, why not do a tower a month, bro, for like 3 years and then retire?
So
Bro, just think,
I would have
hey,
passive
bro,
income,
think,
so I wouldn't have to
think
worry
about a
about it.
person, Dre. Think about a person that's like 25, and they literally are like, maybe not like the best rock climber, but they're kind of like top 25 rock climbers in the world. Bro, you mean to tell me that's gonna be a hard job for this person? This should be a rock climber's like daydreamed job, dude.
That's why I don't understand, Trot. That's why it doesn't make sense to me it's paying $130,000 a year. I got to look this up to see if that's true, because there's at least 10 people right now that I think you go to Colorado, you go to the Garden of the Gods, you see these people climbing rocks all day long. These
Yeah.
dudes can
Hey,
do that with
maybe
no
they don't
problem.
know. Maybe
I
they don't
got
know
some
it
family
exists.
members.
Hey, maybe we need to start a business. We start subcontracting it and hiring people to do it, and we take a
Hiring
percentage.
people to do it.
That's right. That's right.
Oh,
Every time we find somebody, we get 10 grand.
that's cheating.
That's cheating. Well, apparently they can't, bro. Obviously their recruiting system is horrible.
That's
Like, bro,
true.
you got to get on TikTok to find this job. Like,
Bro,
God.
you know how many people you could just go on the street and find some people. Oh, jeez.
Man, that's out of control. They probably hopefully they give you like some sort of test, bro. Like, all right, there's 100 meters. You got this long to get up there. They can't find it. But then again, bro, America's fat, bro. Y'all ain't heard? America's considered a fat country, and I'm not talking about the fat of the land like the Bible, bro. I'm talking about America's fat. They probably can't find no one to do it for half of the reason because of that. The other half, people rather play climbing the pole on a video game than actually
You're
doing
right,
it.
Trot. You're right, because when I went to apply for the oil field, that was my heydays, my heavy days. I went and applied, and boy, I failed because they had me on the stairmaster, and my pulse was too high. I had been drinking the night before, so that I was dehydrated, out of shape, heavy,
Dang.
and so I failed the physical. And she was like, "Well, you just need to go sit out there and drink some water, and just relax." Man, I went in there, did another 2 minutes on the stairmaster, and pulse was too high again, failed again. So that's probably that's another reason people can't pass that physical.
Yep. They're like, we're not going to pay we're not going to pay that. You're going to die out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I wonder if anyone's passed out up there, bro. And then like 3 days later, they find that dude just hanging by one of those carabiners. And they're like, well, old Johnny didn't make it. Let's get the helicopter up there and pull him down. He's already mummified up there 4 days. I wonder. There's probably some horror stories on that thing.
I could look them up. You already know for that stuff now.
Do what?
Out. I said, I'm about to go do some.
Yeah. Hey, what did we leave off yesterday? Was there something in particular that we discussed yesterday?
Nah, I think we were talking about the sovereignty of God. That was the last thing we were talking about with Stephanie in the book of Job. But we said we're going to continue that conversation with Job and the sovereignty of God next week.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah. It wouldn't be fair to do it today and then have to pick it up on Monday.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on mute for a little bit, guys. I gotta get my little dude ready for school.
All right. Benny, what you got, man? What you want to hop into, bro? Big, what you got? Somebody. I want to say Jess, what you got, but she's gonna yell out Revelation.
I don't know. I listened. I listened to all of Isaiah yesterday. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Isaiah, you want to go over all of Isaiah?
What do you like?
That's a task.
Yeah. All of Isaiah.
I wasn't saying let's go over all of Isaiah. I was just telling you I was
Yeah.
listening to all of Isaiah yesterday.
Just teasing you,
Yeah,
buddy.
Let's do Isaiah 45:22. That's an awesome.
Isaiah what? Who?
Isaiah 45.
Read it.
I can't. Somebody
Let's
read it.
see. Where was that? Who? The dog.
22 and
And then
23.
I like Isaiah 44.
and my hamster wheel was going for a while. Had to debating on asking Trot something, and then I decided it wasn't a good idea.
He's like, I'm gonna wait. He's like, I'm gonna chew on this cud a little bit longer.
little premature.
Yeah. What's funny is it like as soon as I started reading your message, your other one came in. You're like, hey, never mind.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I was like, all right.
Yep. I was like, I get a little too excited, and then I'm like, wait a second. I sit back and I think, I'm like, yeah, bro, just finish your excitement and then get back to it, because stop, I was cheesing out over here, bro.
Oh, listen, before you ask Trot any question, this is a recommendation to anybody. Make sure you have all your facts, every detail that you can think of in order, because I'm telling you, he
I mean,
will ask
yeah,
Oh yeah,
you
no.
could you could come to him with no idea where to go, but I mean, be warned. Be
Trot
warned.
told me, he was like, hey, bring your receipts.
I got I got something cooking right now, and I was talking to Trot, like very early stages, which we'll probably share it later. Man, I just asked Trot one question. Would you be available? And Bubba, I got about 50 million questions. What my blood type lasts for, my social, shoe size, what's my favorite color? I was like, good Lord have mercy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You
Well.
need people like that around you, though, honestly, because there's things that you don't think about. You get so excited and you don't think about everything. But Trot will, trust me.
Yeah.
I
I done.
I was getting excited, and I was just like, man, I want to know about this. And then I was just like, wait a second, I just skipped like 10 steps, so I need to like chill out a second.
Isaiah what, Jesse?
45:22 and 23.
Okay. All right. It says, look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. That's 23. 22 and 23.
Remember how we were talking about the earth?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the earth ones. It also says he swears by himself. It also says the word comes out of him. It's got a couple diggings.
Yeah, you said I didn't get to it in time. Let me see. 22. Looking to me, be saved. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. It says, look unto me and be ye saved. It's like, that's how you're saved, by looking to him.
Amen. Amen.
That's how you're saved, by keeping your eyes on him.
Yeah, matter of fact, I guess my wife took care of the boy. He's already gone, so that's good. I was reading, Where is it? You know, Peter, where he talks about, not that we're not, I'm not trying to get into the whole baptism thing, but it's about being saved by Christ, right? And it's amazing because people just overread this stuff and they see what they want to see, and they don't see what the Bible is actually saying. Where is it? Let me see if I can find it. It says, finally be in one mind, compassion. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So verse 20 says, which sometime were disobedient when once the long suffering of God waited in the days of Noah, while the ark was preparing, wherein few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water, right? It says the like figure. It doesn't say that it's the same figure. It says the like figure, whereunto even baptism doeth also now save, not by putting away the filth of the flesh, but the answer of the good conscience towards God by the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Man, that is very clear to me. And again, it's that thing. It's about Jesus. It's about Him being saved. It's in the Old Testament. It's in the New Testament. It's everywhere.
You
Yeah.
put
And then,
Jesus on. He's telling you to put him on.
I never saw
yeah,
that.
but this is where you go back and notice. This is where you have to go back and notice the difference between shadows and the actual thing. So in the Old Testament, Moses held a wooden rod. A wooden rod. In the New Testament, it's the rod of iron.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
if you're not understanding, it's the wooden rod was a physical representation, a shadow, like a depiction. But in the New Testament, it's a spiritual rod. So when you kind of start picking and choosing what you're making things, when you start picking and choosing, it has to make sense in the Bible in its entirety. So all of us are not going to be put in a physical boat. We're saved by an ark. Yes, 100%. But it's God's heart is the ark. We're saved by entering a door into the ark, by Christ opening a door into our heart, which is God's heart. But it's not a physical boat. So we're going to take everything that's in this story, and only spiritually can you explain them today. But we're going to keep the physical water in the story. That's what we're going to do. The water physical in the story. So now that means that the water doesn't have a shadow. And you're going to find yourself twisting. You're literally twisting things because you're just trying to make it say something. If you keep your perspective proper and honest, you're not making it say anything. You're not making it say anything. It's literally saying it. So, but everybody has a chance to get a Bible and to read it and find that for themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting because Noah never even got wet to begin with. He floated above the water.
Yeah, but where it talks about go back to how it says the water saved him. How does it say it?
It says in God, it says which sometime were disobedient, once the long suffering of God awaited in the days of Noah, while the ark was preparing, where few, that is, 8 souls, were saved by water.
Okay, so 8 souls were saved by water. So that means if we're going to take everything literal there, we have to make a boat that has one door. You're going to have to do everything literal. So how come we're not having a boat? How come we're not entering a boat again? So, the idea, that's a shadow boat. The real boat is whatever they want to call it. Say, okay, but we're going to keep the physical water though.
You know
All of it's
what's
a shadow.
You know, we haven't talked about trial. We can let me see if I can find it. I think it's Acts 17. Went unto them in a Sabbath. Yeah, Acts 17, and it says. I was reading this yesterday and I was cracking up because it talks about that guy. I think his name is Eucharist or something like that. And he fell off a 3-story building at midnight. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one that died.
Yeah, I just thought that was hilarious. I just read the 3 and I was like, oh, why did the Bible say 3 stories? Like, it didn't have to say that. It could just say he fell off.
He fell off because he was being nosy, right? Wasn't he being nosy?
Nah, he fell asleep.
Oh, he fell
Yeah,
asleep.
He
Okay.
fell asleep on
yeah.
Descaled and boom, you know, he
Oh
had,
my.
oh, my bad. I
Let's
can't
see.
find it.
Big.
I think it's 17.
Let
Something
me
like
see.
that.
Big Chris. Big Chris said, "Trot, yes, he is the manna from heaven." Yes, Big Chris. Did you know that Jesus is Moses' rod? Did you know that? We'll do tit for tat. Big Chris, did you know that? Jesus is the manna, the shadow manna that's in the Old Testament. Did you know he was Moses' rod? Okay, I guess Big Chris just dropped one. And Mac, what's up? I ain't seen Mac in a minute.
Mac's been running
He been running from what?
the live, bro.
Hey, Trot,
He said the live, man. Come on, yeah.
I got one for you. I don't know if you want to touch on it today, but man, I couldn't. I'm trying to see it as it relates to Jesus. This is my question. So Deuteronomy 22 verse 6, and can somebody
You
read it
still
for me?
hitting
Because
that
I'm out here
verse?
doing.
You're still hitting that verse?
No, I didn't share this one with you. I don't think, Jesse. It's about the bird's nest and the eggs and the young ones. I don't know if it's just
Oh, you're not
some
gonna
type
read
of
it?
like.
I
Well,
can read it.
I can't. Yeah.
I can
Oh,
read it.
you
It's a
gotta, yeah, you gotta ask somebody to read it, bro. You gotta be like, hey, check it out. We need to tell our scribe, CJ. Say, look out, scribe.
I got you. It says, if a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way, in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
You can read the next verse too.
Okay, but thou shalt
Hey,
in
what's the address again?
Deuteronomy 22, 6 and 7.
22:6-7.
Yeah. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee, in the way in any tree, or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days.
So I guess I'm
Yeah.
asking like is there any? I haven't really took a whole lot of time to find every scripture like dealing with birds' nests and as it relates to what does it represent? But the dam, we know the dam is the mother, right? And then the young ones are
Yeah.
the eggs, so that's the offspring. But it says the nest in the way, in any tree or on the ground. But we don't have to go over it now. I just want to bring it to your attention, and maybe we can go over it some other time or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, Deuteronomy 22. Yeah, this one's actually best to start at 1, right? Because it talks about your brother's ox, and it's kind of showing you what it's talking about. It says 22:1 says, "Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother." So What is that talking about? Where he says, he's basically saying if you see your brother's ox or sheep go astray, don't act like you didn't see it.
Right.
Right? That'd be like knowing that how do I make it simple? Like that attitude is kind of like, you know, saying, am I my brother's keeper? Like kind of how Cain said to God, am I my brother's keeper? And the truth is, we are each other's keeper, but not the way that people are trying to tell you that you need to have a, they use stuff like this to say that you need to have an accountability partner. That crap don't work. I don't care who you are. Oh, this is talking about hold each other accountable, and it's all focused on sin. Such a foolish thing. There's no such thing. Don't let people talk you into having an accountability partner. Don't let somebody talk you into that trash. You know, these people sin right in front of God. You mean to tell me they can't get away from you? Get off the gas. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. So it says, thou shalt not see. What?
I didn't think about that when I thought about that. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's so funny. We start talking about the Bible, and so-called Christians, they just leave all logic out the window, right? All of it. We don't have to be not logic, not even a little bit. You know, with those things, you do have to be logic with those things. Now, God's not logic. God's not logical at all. You can sit there and play around, act like God's logic. He's not logic, bro. Everything that he does is supernatural, and it literally, it does take faith to believe in him. You can't just believe him with your own logic mind, because that's not faith. So the truth is, God don't make logical sense. He may make logical sense, you know, when you're thinking soberly, right? But how can a person who doesn't have the Spirit, how can they think soberly? And those who don't understand, I'm not talking about being high. I'm not talking about that. Talking about the way the Bible, I'm talking about the way the Bible talks about us being sober, meaning that our carnal mind keeps us intoxicated. We don't think soberly because we're thinking carnally. So it says, thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. It says, and if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thy own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In a like manner shalt thou do with an ass. Go look up that word ass in the Hebrew. CJ, please, or whoever has access to that right now. Let's see. It says, in a like manner shalt thou do that. I'm sorry. Shalt thou do with an ass, and so shalt thou do with his remnant, and with all lost thing. What? And with all lost thing of thy brothers, which he had lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself.
What verse are you on, Trot? 22 what?
The one that I just read is 3. I just read 3.
Okay.
So the word ass is in
That's
Deuteronomy right now.
H2543.
Which it's a he ass, bro. It's a male ass.
Yeah, you always got to check, all right? But And then context is the other half, right? So it's not always found in the Hebrew. You can see it in the context. So it's a male ass here, but just look at it in its context. Watch. So notice what it's telling you. Notice what it's telling you to do. It's constantly telling you that if your brother loses something, to bring it back to him, right? And so watch it in context. It tells you ox, a sheep, if it goes astray, and if the focus is not to hide yourself, because whose characteristic is it to hide?
Yeah, but Satan.
Huh? Nobody knows?
Satan.
Yeah, Satan. That's why when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, they hid themselves. That's why after Elijah killed the 450 prophets of Baal, he hid himself in a cave. Constantly you see this behavior taking place, and God always comes looking, comes looking for them.
Yeah.
And it says,
at the end too.
Huh?
So at the end too, we see people hide themselves in the rocks in the caves.
Well, yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah, it's everywhere. But we're the light of the world. So God tells you to put yourself on a high place, to shine. He doesn't say hide.
Yeah, he says the opposite actually. Yep.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
He says the opposite. You're right. He says a city set on a hill cannot be hid.
Yeah, exactly. Cannot be hid. So you see people hiding, and then you see what God tells us to do. So you should be able to see the difference there. You should be able to see, okay, well, why are these people hiding? Because that's a characteristic of Satan. And the characteristic of God does the complete opposite. So it's not about showboating, but it's just about who God is, right? So in a like manner, this is 22:3. In a like manner, it says, shalt thou do with his ass. Like it just said, if the ass runs or like flees or goes astray, you need to bring it back. And so shalt thou do with his remnant. Remnant's talking about the covering. It's the same thing. It's about a person bringing something back to someone. And with all lost of thy brothers. Now it's talking about everything which he had lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. So the principle is constantly pointing at don't hide yourself. Again, don't hide yourself. So we get to 4, it says, thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. So now they fell. They didn't just go astray, they fell. Is that word ass the same? Or did you already turn your page, CJ or Dre or whoever looked it up?
No, I'm here. The first one was in verse 3. Where's the second one?
It's in 4.
4. Oh, I was trying to go further. That one is, that's the same.
It's the same. Okay, it says, and fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. So notice the focus is on you, your brother's keeper, right? That's really the focus. It says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord God. Now, here's a question. For the past 4 verses, 1 through 4, it's talking about not hiding. That's what it's talking about. And then we get to verse 5, and it starts talking about men not dressing like women and women not dressing like men.
Disguise. Still hiding.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Be careful when people are trying to take verses, right, and saying that this is something we shouldn't do, and you could tell that it's very possible that they're not taking in context what's being said. Okay, so again, let me say it. 22:1-4 is talking about hiding. So I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm not telling you it's talking about hiding. You need to use your own head, and you need to figure out yourself, why are we going from hiding, and it ain't just using hiding in one way. He keeps saying it over and over in there. It's not like he's talking for 4 verses and one time he says don't hide. 1-4, the entirety of 1-4 is talking about not hiding the whole
In a
time.
sense, and what I'm seeing is in a sense of restoration, in the sense of restoring your brother or something to your brother, right? So
I'm not trying to get too deep in it. I just want to focus at least on the black letters on a white page. It's talking about hiding. That you cannot dispute. 1-4 is talking about hiding. No, if somebody disputes that, Bubba, I'm going to the next person. I'm not arguing about what 1-4 says. It's very clear what it's saying. So we get to 5 and it says, the woman shall not wear. Oh man, what is that? Hold on.
CJ, I like that explanation that you gave too, because like he said, he's talking about hiding, and to swap clothes is like disguising, hiding your true. I'm not saying that's what it means, but I like that explanation.
Yeah, you're just playing around with it. It's okay. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garments. For all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Now, this is what you have to ask yourself. In the Bible in its entirety, what is an abomination to God? That's what you have to ask yourself. In its entirety, what does God call an abomination? And I'll tell you, people only will say what the black letters on the white page say. They'll say, oh, right here, look, if a man dresses like a woman or a woman dresses like a man, it's an abomination. And they'll say, because it says right here. And it's like, okay, what's the context there? What's it talking about? And they'll say, what do you mean what it's talking about? It says right there, for a woman not to dress like a... So you have to ask yourself, what is abomination? And we talked about this. I didn't use that word, but we talked about this for the past couple of days, actually. So you need to ask yourself, what is abomination? What is that? So let me go to, let me see. Let's go to 6. And it says, if a bird's nest chance to be before thee in a way, in any tree on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. I'm going to read 8. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, that thou bring not blood upon thy house. If any man fall from thence, my bad, thou shalt not sow thy vineyard with diverse seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed, which thou hast sown, and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plow with an ox and an ass together, because we know that that's unequally yoked. But either way, thou shalt not wear a garment of diverse sorts, as of woolen and linen together. And we know that Jesus he wore something that had one seam, meaning it was one fabric. Thou shalt not wear a garment. Oh, that's 11, 12. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou coverest thyself. Okay, we'll just stop there. What'd you say?
Sorry. So, as far as the ox and the ass plowing together, the ass there is the male one again, and the ox there, if you look at it, it says as, like, I mean, they get used for a sacrifice, so.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's being unequally yoked, right? That's like your spirit wanting to do one thing, but your flesh wanting to do the other.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So, let me see. Where is the?
Y'all better be wearing fringes
Hey,
and
look.
grow your beard, man. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all ain't following the
What's
laws
wrong
of
with all
God.
y'all? Hey, look up the word chance, CJ, in 22:6. It says, if a bird's nest chance to be before thee.
Okay, that is H7122, Kara. That's the root word.
Yeah.
That means to encounter, whether accidentally or in a hostile manner, befall.
Yeah, so by chance. So it means by chance, right? Okay.
Yep.
Now look up the word, let's see. Look up the word, it says, if a bird's nest. Look up that word bird and look up the word dam. Look up both of them, bird and dam.
Bird is H6833. I'm not going to try and say that. It means a little bird as hopping. That's, yeah, basically.
Okay,
And
what does dam say?
dam is H517 Ame. It means mother, in a wide sense, figuratively and literally, damn mother parting. It says like father.
So
also.
Yeah, well we know what dam, like, where you should know that a dam is a female, but we're just confirming that it is. Yeah. So
Deborah's relationship to the people is a figurative one. It gives.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you another thing that's not a coincidence. When Abraham was told to take 5 animals, it was 2 birds, it was a sheep, goat, and a ram, or a heifer. I'm sorry, a goat, heifer, and a ram, and 2 birds. One of the birds was actually just like one of these birds. I mean, it didn't even have feathers. It was naked. It was a baby, like it was like a baby. You could tell it was taken from its mother. That plays in a role to what this is talking about right here. Right? If you came, by chance came across it before thee in a way, it says in any tree or on the ground, because I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but sometimes nests will fall out of trees. It happens. And the mother's not going to pick that whole nest up, Bubba, and put that sucker back in a tree. She's just going to go sit on her eggs. It says, whether they be young ones or eggs, young ones or eggs, meaning already hatched or not, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee. and that thou mayest prolong thy days. See, this is why I said it's very important to be familiar with the Bible, because that little naked baby, and you're going to have to go study this out for yourself, is representing Jesus. That's what that little baby's representing. That's why it says, take. Let me go back to it. It says, let the dam go and take the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest prolong thy days. The only way to prolong your days is to have Christ. That's it. That's the only way. And so when you go study where Abraham takes the pigeon, because it's a dove, he took a dove and a pigeon. And when you go study that pigeon, Bubba, it's naked. It's described in Hebrew as naked, featherless, no faith, just like Job cut his hair. We'll talk about that Monday. But what?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought somebody said something. But that's what this is talking about, the nest thing. If you come on chance and you just take. There we go. Yeah. But I just, let me see, where's the. Oh, yeah. 5, where it says, the woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are an abomination of the Lord. Man, y'all really need to go study that out individually, like by yourself. Like that, no one cannot really tell you what that means. You gotta go study that for itself. I'm not saying that men or women should dress like each other. That don't twist what I'm saying. I'm saying, but you really need to go look at what that's talking about. Yeah. So what's an abomination? What is the abomination to God? Because apparently, depending who you are, right? Everybody points out a different abomination. We can do that, I guess.
It would be not acting in faith or
Worshiping
acting.
rebellion.
Yeah. Hmm.
Speaking of belly, I'm smashing this food, boy. I'm listening to y'all, but I'm smashing this food.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have the exact number, but I know for a fact that the word abomination in the
What are we
Bible,
looking
bro,
for,
it's in.
Trot? Let me see if I can help you. I'm back now.
Yeah.
Hey, Trot.
So, well, let me say this real quick. The word abomination, bro, like, I don't know the exact number, but it's in there like 100 or 200 times, bro. So, let's go look at some of them.
Got it.
Let's go see what's being called abomination. What
All
were you
right.
saying?
Hey,
What were you
Genesis
saying,
yeah, I was gonna
Benny?
43:32.
say Diana said it best. I think she said it best. She said, "Forsaking Christ, the birthright."
mm,
Do what now? Say it again.
Forsaking Christ, forsaking your birthright, like what Esau did. That's really the only
Yeah,
time you
but
hear
you said
hate.
something about somebody saying it best. I didn't catch any of that, bro. What?
Oh yes, Diana, lady in the sister in the chat. She said it
Oh,
way back when we were talking about it when you first read it. and it clicked. Like that's probably the biggest abomination. No, it is the biggest abomination is rejecting Christ.
Okay, well,
It's
before
really the
we
only
answer
one, ain't
that,
it?
well, nah, Bubba, the word abomination is used like 100 or 200 times. Now, before we get to the answer, let's look at some of the abominations. Let's look at what's considered or called an abomination before we get to the answer. So,
Well, the abomination, the actual word, it means
well, they use it. There's a few different
abominable,
ones in there. There's a few.
disgusting
It's in there
thing.
like 100 or 200, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking at a bunch of them right now.
Yeah.
It means
You
an
mean one of
abomination is something abominable.
you mean one of them means there's probably
What?
like 5 abominations, bro. The 5
Yeah,
different
I'm
words for
looking at
that. Yeah.
one right now though. I would have to look for
Yeah.
the other ones.
Yeah. So one of them means what?
Let me go back to it because you just made me jump out of there real quick to see something. But so H8441, which means a disgusting thing,
All right.
abomination, abominable in a ritual
All right.
sense, unclean food, mixed
CJ, you
marriages,
writing
things
this
of that nature.
down? CJ, you writing this down?
Yeah.
CJ, 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 come in, CJ. CJ, come in.
What's up? I'm here.
Are you writing this down?
Yep.
All right, so look, give CJ all the numbers, and CJ, you write down the best way that we can describe that word for each one of those numbers. So all you got to do is put abomination and then all the numbers for it.
H441 means a disgusting thing. The root word of this is H8581, which means to abhor.
All right, which means hate.
Right, that's why he says, "My soul shall not abhor thee."
Yeah, and it also says you will abhor yourself.
So CJ, which one you got? You got H441,
H8441 and H8581.
H8263.
Okay. Okay.
And H8262. There's a H0887.
Hold on, you got to tell them like the one that Benny just gave you, the H263. It means
Yep.
detestable thing, unclean
Well,
thing.
it's okay. We can write them all out first. Like write them all out
Okay.
first, and then we can write them all out first, and then we can go.
And then there's another one. I'm just getting the ones in the Hebrew. I'm not touching the ones in the Greek yet. And then H6292. And that's all I'm seeing as of right now.
Okay. All right, Jerry. Give me the definitions.
Andre said it's in there over 1,000 times. God, dog.
Shoot. Where'd it go? Okay, H263 means detestable thing or idol or unclean thing. And then H262. Somebody was going to talk?
Got it. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, H262 means to detest, to count filthy. Filthy.
Yep, pollute. I see pollute too. Pollute is a good one too.
Yep. I always say filthy, like 2 F's, F-I-F-T. But it's filthy.
Filthy is filthy. That's filthy.
Yeah.
How filthy of you. How filthy of you.
Mhm.
Hey, why are you always
To
being filthy?
loathe. To loathe.
To loathe. You're going to loathe yourself.
That's right. I loathe eating vegetables.
Yeah.
H0887.
Now the New Testament, that's what I'm trying to find in the Greek. How do I get to the
No,
Greek?
that's fine.
Because
Let's make sure we get so how many different Hebrew words is used for abomination or abominations? How many? Did
we
y'all
found
count
4
them?
so far. 4. We found
That's
4.
it. There's only
CJ, what
4.
numbers do you got the definitions for so far?
I have H8581, H8263, H8262, and that's all. And now H0887 also.
So we have 5, right, CJ?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Then you got
0887 is to smell bad, or figuratively to be offensive morally.
you got
Oh, it is.
8263.
To be abhorred. Say that again?
You got 8263.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. And then the next one is H6292, which is
So you don't want
about
none of the Greek ones yet, Trot?
No, I mean, have we found all the understanding of the Hebrew ones? Do we already have all of them?
no,
Are the Hebrew ones done? That's what I'm asking.
almost.
Okay. How many more do you need definition for? And give Dre a number so he can look one of them up, bro.
The last one I'm doing is the H6292.
Hey, listen, CJ, you write them down, bro, and then you have to delegate 2-3 people to look up 2 or 3 different ones so they can all be found at the same time, bro.
That's what I was doing, but somebody went to Greek.
No, we
We
ain't
didn't go to the Greek. Stop
we
lying.
ain't go to no Greek now. We didn't go to no Greek now. We're gonna do Greek afterwards.
Boy, you sound like Adam trying to deflect.
Big time.
Golly.
Big time. What's the last Hebrew word, CJ?
I got them all. Let's go to Greek. Y'all are too slow.
All right, let's
Nah.
somebody give them the Greek ones. Hurry up and give them the numbers.
I got one G946.
Okay, now give the number. We'll look them up in a minute. Give them all the numbers first.
I'm trying to find them all. Give me a second. Let's see. This one is G946.
That's all I see.
Yeah, I think that's all I see too. I'm trying to keep looking, but G946.
All right, that's fine. All right, so what does 946 mean?
Oh, you made me lose my spot.
Detestable, a foul thing.
All right, so a
Idolatry.
foul thing, intestable. Okay, foul thing, intestable. You know, guys, don't let people scare you into using a Strong's Concordance. Don't let people do that
There's
to you.
actually one more, Trot. G948.
What verse is that?
It's the same one. It's just a root word to the G946.
Oh, well, make sure you put root word next to that. Make sure you put root
G948
word.
is the root word.
What does it
The
mean?
root word means to man, where'd it go?
To stink.
Yeah, to abhor again, to abhor, detest, to render foul, to cause to be
stink.
abhorred.
Is that what you said? Stink, to smell bad?
Yeah, foul.
Yeah, foul.
To render foul.
Yeah. All right, so let me finish saying this real quick. Anyone listening, don't ever let anyone scare you. You know what's funny? You have these people that they claim that they're so smart and they know how to use everything, but you're stupid. But you're stupid, right? I need you to really pay attention to what I'm saying. They're smart and you're stupid. What I'm saying is they always put this fear in you that you're going to mess up. You're not doing it right. Be scared. Be careful how you do this. All this fear. Listen, the smartest person themselves mess up. The smartest person themselves still has to learn like everybody else. We all learn, maybe not the exact same way, but we still have a process. Every human has a process that they themselves have to go through in order to learn something. So what we're doing, bro, this is a Strong's Concordance. This is not that hard to use. I don't care what anyone tells you. If you put a little time and effort in it, you can figure out how to use it. Now, back in the day, of course, I went looking for help so I can understand it a little quicker. So, of course, I took a class. Hey, how do I use this stupid book? Of course I did. 100%. You know why? Because I cared enough. But this was over 10 years ago. There's people that have been learning how to use this for about a year or two now. And they think that if you don't talk about going to school, they think you just figured it out on your own. Listen, I don't have to tell anybody what school, if I went to learn how to use the concordance, that's nobody's business. You either know how to use it or you don't. So if you have a chance or an opportunity to take a class, why wouldn't you to learn how to use this book? But there's people that they don't always have an opportunity. They don't have a chance to take a class. Not everybody can. But if you do, then go learn how to. And I'll tell you, once you take the class, you're going to laugh at how easy this thing is to use. I'll tell you one thing. My pet peeve is when someone is taking a class on how to use something, and then they poke fun at you that you need to go take a class too. You need to be like them and take a class. Listen. Those people didn't invent the class. Okay? Everybody's got to learn how to do something. Everybody's got to learn. But don't let someone make you feel like that you're stupid because you're not taking a class. You know how many people did not go to college and they did just fine? You know why? Because they're not stupid. You don't have to go to college to prove that you're smart. A piece of paper don't prove that you're smart. Okay? All a piece of paper does is give you something to shake a stick at. And to wave in the air that I went to school. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Jesus didn't go to school. Calm down, okay? The Bible says to trust the Spirit. That's what the Bible says, to trust the Spirit. And your teacher, whatever teacher you went to, they fail too. So if your teacher is failing, don't be sitting there thinking that you found the holy grail of teachers. Quit being a fool. Golly, this book is not that hard to understand. Quit making people think that everything's so hard. Everything is not so hard. It may take time, but it ain't hard, okay? God didn't make it impossible for us to study. It's ridiculous, this attitude. Even people who study perfectly still get it wrong, period. You're still going to get it wrong. I don't care who your teacher is. You're still going to get it wrong. So what does it matter when someone is getting something wrong? Why is that? Why does that matter? We trust God. We trust Jesus. That's who we trust to lead us the proper way. So, if you're able to take a class on how to use a Strong's Concordance, then take a class. If you're not able, then do the best you can. God's not going to fall off his throne because you missed one word. Oh my Lord. People need to grow up. Grow up. Don't go around telling people that they need to go learn everything and go to school. You need to go to school. Listen, not everybody can go to school. Calm down. Calm down. Matter of fact, stop worrying about what all the Johns are doing, Peter, and worry about you. How about that? Just worry about what you're doing. Okay? You're not Batman. Calm down. Okay? You and Rob you need to chill out with your red pens. Put your false red pens down. You need to calm down. Worry about what you're doing. Golly, life is not that hard. Jeez. And if you make it that hard because of a self-induced issue and you're stupid and you did something dumb, oh my God, tight your boots up and do it. Hit the ground running and do it again. And everybody in the stands, don't even waste your time yelling at them, okay? Like if someone was to say, well, that's what you're doing. No, I'm not. I'm still running. What I'm saying is don't stop running. Don't run up the stands and argue with the fool during the race. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm doing is I'm still running my race, but I can talk from the line. I can talk from the track. I can say, shut up from the track. I'm saying don't stop running and go up the bleachers. Don't waste your time with a bunch of fools telling you that you ain't running your race right. Man, you run your own race. Matter of fact, I'm in first. You need to catch up while you're doing all that talk. Catch up. I tell people all the time, I'm not in heaven, but I'm off the ground. I may not be there yet, but I'm off the ground. Don't pinch me. Don't pinch me and try to wake me up. I'm doing just fine. Okay, so let's, since we're all stupid here, let's just learn together. Since we're all stupid, let's learn together. And my bad. I'm sorry. We're trying to learn about Jesus. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're taking the initiative. We're trying to learn about God. We're just so stupid over here. Lord have mercy. Get off the gas.
Bro, stop telling people my grade, man. Stop showing it.
Huh?
Stop showing everybody my grade.
My Lord have mercy. Oh, y'all didn't go to college? Well, y'all can't talk about Jesus. Well, heaven forbid. I guess we'll just all stay unsafe. We're just all heathens over here.
Good morning, everybody. I didn't know
What's going on?
who got you talking to us like how we're one of your soldiers. That's how you talking this morning. I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it.
Absolutely. Hey, matter of fact, get in line. It's about to go down. Get in line. Line up. Everybody, line it up.
Okay.
She said, okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, everybody, I'm sorry. We're just stupid over here. I'm sorry, my bad. Forgive us for taking initiative, trying to learn about Oh, we're doing it the wrong way. Oh, well, I guess we're just damned to hell. We're just the abomination. Thank God we're going over abominations this morning. Lord,
I wish you would let me treat them like Peter and cut the ear off, and you don't put it back on, because they'll be gone.
No, let's not. No,
I know. That's why I'm that soldier in the back. You just have to keep an eye on. So let me go ahead and go back on mute.
Funny thing is, those people that do that are Peter. They're cutting spiritual ears off of people because they're not doing it the way they think it should be done, and that's false.
Yeah.
It's true, brother.
Yeah. You know, God almighty. My bad. I'm sorry, everybody. If you ain't been to college, you're just stupid and you're doing it wrong. Oh, my Lord. We trust in Jesus. We're going to be okay. Guess what? Jesus didn't do it wrong. Everybody need to calm down. Just calm your butt down.
Thank God there ain't no Muslims in here, because they would have been cutting Trot's video up so good, bro. We all stupid over here.
We're just all stupid over here, boy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Ink?
Hey, what's up, brothers and sisters? Man, I come up to be a normal, stupid person. I want to learn too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, since you didn't go to college, everybody just stupid if you didn't go to college. Oh, my Lord, have mercy. Well, we can't read the Bible then. I don't think none of them went to college. We're just reading a Bible that was written by a bunch of stupid people is what they say. That's what they say, man. Oh, my Lord, dude.
I went to college.
I tell you,
I can't say I understand any of this.
For written by stupid people, it sure does intertwine very nicely, don't it?
Yeah. I wonder if maybe the spirit is dumb too. Maybe that's what they're saying. I don't know. I can't figure out what they're trying to say, other than shaking a stick at everything. You know, everybody needs to quit.
Maybe we should look at their. Maybe we should look at their stupid college tuition bill.
Yeah.
So
there's
Lord.
There's a place here that talks about Paul for a minute. Back when Paul was Saul, he sat under a dude. The guy's name started with a G. I can't pronounce half the names in this book. He sat under a dude and he learned everything about the law. Just became a great learner of the law under this dude. You know, when the Holy Spirit was upon him, and Jesus Christ blinded him, he clearly makes mention that no man taught him, but it was the Holy Spirit that taught him everything. And Ananias acknowledged this. So, as you were talking about, is there a wrong way to learn? If you're trying to learn, if you're seeking Jesus, I don't think there is a wrong way to learn.
And the other side of that is, even if you got something wrong, I say this all the time, God has not fallen off his throne like, oh, well, you missed that one word, boy. You need to go to college. Come on, man. That is not what's happening. If it's wrong for one person to learn a certain way, it's right for another. As long as you're getting it, as long as you're figuring it out, going to school and having someone help you understand it. Okay, fine. Obviously, don't get it twisted. There's nothing wrong to go to college, but you don't wait till you find someone that's not in college. Hey, you need to go to college. You need to take a class over this. Oh, my Lord, have mercy, dude. No, duh. No freaking duh, dude. Like, golly, bro. Like, what's the point of making statements that are just like, who's going to argue with that? Like, you're not smart because you said, hey, guys, it'd be best if you took a class. Really? Like, who in the world wouldn't have got that right? What is the point of even saying that? Again, trying to be smart. I'm smart. You're dumb. You're too dumb to figure out you need a class, so I'm your savior, and I'm going to tell you, you need to take a class because you're too dumb to figure it out. Man, get off the gas. Oh, my Lord. You ain't saying nothing that everybody already don't know. But not everybody can go to class. Not everybody can go to school, okay? So, man, take your red pen and go fly a kite with it or something. Lord, have mercy.
I get told that all the time because of that little word there in front of my name. Get told,
well, again,
you need to go to school. You need to go to seminar. Well, I've got me. I've got the Bible. I've got fellowship with brothers and sisters. I have prayer to the Lord himself. I have common sense, and I also have this app called eSword that breaks down all the Greek and Hebrew. It's not hard to figure out. It's really not.
No, it's not. Now, again, I don't mind telling someone to go to class to learn how to use the Strongs. There ain't nothing spiritual about that. That's pretty much, simple math. They're just gonna show you what certain abbreviations mean and things like that. That's it, just to help you use the tool. That's it. So I don't have a problem with that at all, 100%. And it's sad to say there are people that are slower than others. Golly, if you ain't been alive long enough to figure that one out, of course there's people that learn slower. Who cares? Who cares whether they learn slow or not? I know people that have that syndrome, that one syndrome, nobody knows the syndrome when it comes to learning. Nobody can recall it.
Are you talking about one? Are you talking about Asperger's?
No.
I
What are you talking about?
he was being smart.
ADHD.
Oh yeah, no, I have
a bunch of them.
Hey,
I'm being smart. I'm being smart.
No. He's being smart. I know what he's talking about. It's that
smart.
No,
see if anybody knows
a person in the comments. No, it's like Boaz's cousins. If you guys remember that.
No. Y'all,
Okay.
if y'all know it, man, I'm telling you, this
I
is.
do.
If you ain't never heard this one, this is the one right here. That syndrome. It's called learn slow and forget fast. Nobody ever heard of that syndrome? You ain't never met anybody that's a slow learner. They forget fast. Boy, you can't get them to remember nothing for 30 seconds. Listen, there's people that really have that, man. They are slow learners and they forget real quick. So you got to say it a million times a million to get them to see it. All right. So that is a fact. And repetition is their friend. Repetition is their friend.
Other than the Bible, I'm 45 now. And I had real bad ADHD. Other than the Bible, as far as book smarts go, I have never ever been able to learn anything out of a book. But you give me this Bible and I understand it.
Oh, I see what everybody. I'm sorry, Ink. I see why everybody's saying the R word.
Yes,
I
right.
didn't
That's
understand
why.
at
That was
first.
why. That's why I was saying in the
Oh
comments.
yeah,
No, that's not it.
yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to stay. I'm
We're
trying
all
to
just
stay away
talking
from that.
fast, and everybody's just listening slow. Now does everybody get it in the
Yeah,
box?
yeah. All right, so
Dre,
we're gonna
Ryan.
yeah we're gonna move along, man. I wanted to emphasize on that topic for a little bit because of certain things that I heard a few people saying. Somebody was DMing me, was bringing something up about how certain people talk to one another, and I'm like, man, look, if the shoe fits, the shoe fits, man. But if it don't worry about it. But this is ridiculous, man. It's like they just can't wait. Listen, let me say this. Let me say this. If you're invited to the Olympics, right, and you have a great time, fine, great, awesome. If you're invited to the other Olympics, right, where there's people that may be slow, those kind of Olympics, and you decide to go back the next year and the next year, and you just feel like you're just so smart when you go there, Bubba, you got a problem. You got a problem. If the reason you keep going to the mentally challenged Olympics is because you just feel like you're king there, I'm telling you right now, your red pen's been out of ink for a long time. You got a issue. What you need to do is go put yourself at the regular Olympics and get slapped around a little bit. That's what needs to happen, because apparently that ain't happened. That's what needs to happen. You need to calm your butt down. Whoever you are, you know who you are. There might be 20 of you. I don't care if there's one or two of you. You need to calm down. Listen, people want to read the Bible and they learn slow. You need to calm down. Either help them learn or don't. But you don't tell somebody, hey, you need to go to class. You need to go to school. Where are you at? Doesn't the Bible say that if somebody is thirsty and hungry, you don't pat them on the back and tell them to have a good day? You still don't know what that means? You still don't know what the Bible's telling you to do? Okay? It's telling you to teach them. Now, if they don't want you to teach them, then too bad. Maybe you need to be a better teacher. Okay? But you don't go around telling people what they need to be doing. You need to do it. Stop telling someone else to go pray for someone else. You go pray. Stop telling everybody to do. You do it. You do it. You have all that education. You still ain't figured out that you need to do it. You. Ah, Lord have mercy. All right, let's go over Abomination a little bit. So let's do one verse. Let's do one verse from each of the ones that we looked up. So how many total Hebrew and Greek words do we have total? Just add them all up, CJ. How many we got?
He's in the box. He had to drop.
Oh,
There he is.
well,
Got it.
that's just
All right, we
See the
got
comments.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 words.
8 words. All right, so let's look up one verse for each one of them, and let's just see how it's being used. So delegate, give one to somebody, one to another.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right. So the
Hey,
first one
my
is.
bad, CJ. I'm just looking at the
You did.
comments, bro. I was actually working on my computer and I didn't look down, so my bad.
Somebody called me and then I couldn't hear anything. I was like, "What the heck?"
And then Dre,
Okay.
I made that comment, that rap verse comment. I thought you were going to comment and laugh with me, and you
What
didn't.
was it? I missed it. I wasn't looking at my phone.
Oh my God. Okay, I said how we're not talking fast. Y'all just listening slow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
Okay, and then I try to get Brother Ryan in it, and he's not even listening, so he must be at work.
Listening now, I'm listening. I'm just, like I said, I'm pounding pavement right now and getting in vehicles, making a bunch of noise, and I didn't want to. I pick up what you're putting down, though.
Understood.
All right. How many people we got available to look up words?
Well, look
There's
up
8.
words. I thought we already looked them all up.
Or sorry, verses with the specific words in them. That's what we're doing.
To be fair,
to see how they're used.
to be fair though, misunderstood. I'm a little slow myself, so.
You know what? You can't say you didn't listen to E40.
My goodness, what the heck was that? Somebody blew my ears off.
Ryan.
What's up,
Go
dude?
ahead, CJ.
So
Give me one of the words.
okay, H8581.
H8581. To abhor.
Yeah.
Aborrecer. Okay.
CJ, what'd you need?
Are you able to look up the verses that correlate
No,
to?
no, dude. I'm at work. I'm literally walking on a
Okay.
parking lot right now.
I can
Okay.
look first. Go ahead and give me one.
All right. One is H8262.
H862.
Yep.
All right.
Where we at?
In heaven.
What? Man, don't let me wake you up.
All right. I got the first one, which is H8441, and that is disgusting thing, abomination, abominable, unclean.
Are you looking up the verse?
Yep.
All right. What is it? What's the verse?
The first time it's used is Genesis 43:32, and that is, and they set on for him by himself, and for them by themselves, and for the Egyptians, which did not eat with them by themselves, because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
Okay. So, what verse was that again?
Genesis 43:32.
Okay, so in this case, it was an abomination to eat with the Jews, right? Right? Ain't that what you just said?
Sorry. Yeah.
Right. So there's two abominations in the Bible, right?
Yep.
So it's not just abominations that God calls abominations. There's
Abomination unto
Gentiles.
the Egyptians. Yeah.
Right. So Egyptians are Gentiles, right?
Yeah.
So they have something that's an abomination. All right, let's do another one.
Dre has the next one.
All right, who's got the one
All
after
right.
that?
So
All right, go ahead,
Deuteronomy
Dre.
23. All right. So Deuteronomy 23:7 says, "Thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land."
Okay, so you're using the same Hebrew word, but just not the word abomination.
Yeah, so it's H85181 is what CJ told me to
Yeah.
look up. Scripture says
That's
about
the
that.
root. That's the root word for what we just did.
Okay, no, the root word is fine, but I want to read the word abomination. That's what we're looking for.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I got abominably, or I got abominable, but I don't have like
Okay.
just abomination.
Bro, there's hundreds
Abhor
of them.
abominable.
Go to H0887. Dre.
Well, I got abominable. I found one. So H eight
Okay,
five eight one.
abominable. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. A derivative. Yeah. That's fair.
All right. So Psalms 53:1 says to the chief musician, a psalm of David, "The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, for they have done abominable iniquity. There is none that doeth good."
Okay, so a fool says there is none that doeth good. Is that what that's saying?
Yep.
Okay, so a fool says that there is none that doeth good. And what is abominable? What does it say is abominable out there?
That's what's abominable. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's
That there is
no,
no
it's
God. That there is no
right.
God is abominable.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just read it again. I'm getting confused now. I'm sorry.
All right. So the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Corrupt are they, for they have done abominable iniquity.
All right. So who's corrupt? The fool, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so to say that there is no God, that's abominable, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So CJ, make sure you're writing down
Yep.
like what is being called abominable. So a fool
Got it.
says there is no God. Okay, so that is abominable. The first one was the Egyptians didn't eat with the Jews, so just put abominable to eat with God's people. Or it's an abomination to eat with God's people, however you want to write it. All right, who's got the next one?
I think that's me, the H8262. Now, when I looked this up, it brought up 6 verses: Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Psalms.
You pick whatever one you want.
Well, I'm gonna pick this Leviticus 11 and 13 because it has two words, and I'm in the KJV. It has 2 words abomination in it, but one is the H8262 and the other is the H8263. But they're both the same word, abomination. So it says,
Yeah,
That's fine.
hold on a second. CJ, do you got both? Okay,
Yeah.
what do both mean? Read both of them. What do they mean?
So 8263 is detestable thing, unclean idol, and then 8262 is to detest or count filthy or to loathe.
Okay, to count filthy. So
Yeah.
they're both filthy.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
So the
Send
context
it.
in which they're used here, it says, and these are they which ye shall have in abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination, the eagle and the osprey and the osprey.
All right. Let me get here. Read the verse read the verse before that.
All right, hold on. Let me turn my light on.
What book are you in? You said Leviticus?
Leviticus.
Yeah, what's the address? What's the address?
It's Leviticus 11 and 13. How come? Oh, I got a clue. I got to move this little part out of the way real quick. All right. It says, whatsoever, in 12, it says, whatsoever hath no fins, no scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. And that's the H8263. And then the next verse says, and these are they which ye shall have in abomination, which is the 262, among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. That's the 263 again. The eagle and the ostrich and the osprey. Now,
Okay, hold on. Hold on. The eagle and what else?
the ostrich and the osprey. The ostrich is it's another type of bird.
Yeah. So it's 3 birds they're naming.
Right, because an eagle, an ostrich, and an osprey. Well, they call osprey. We call osprey now. They're all 3 big predatorial birds.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so Leviticus 13. Those are the laws of of eating foods, right? The swine and the fish if it doesn't have scales, and it's saying, and then the birds, it's saying don't eat these kind of birds because it's an abomination, right? So.
Right. And of course, for a little more context, if you go down to 11 and 14, it goes on to say, and the vulture and the kite after his kind.
Yeah, abomination to eat. All right, so there's things that we're not supposed to eat. That's an abomination. Okay, so make sure, CJ, make sure you write that down, right? Leviticus 11:13, and I don't know, something. Just put, eating laws, and then
Okay.
abomination to eat certain birds, right? Now, what does it say? What does it say if you eat the swine? Is it specific about that being an abomination as well? I don't remember if it uses that word or not.
Hold on, just
Since we're already right there.
move up a little bit. All right, so that would be in 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof, and he cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch, they are unclean to you. These shall ye eat
So
of
it doesn't.
no, it don't
So
say
it doesn't
eating
say.
abomination.
Okay, now look up the word unclean, and let's see what that word is for unclean.
All right, that is H2 931. Tome. It is. Let me move this part out of the way a little more. It says foul in a religious sense, defiled, infamous, polluted, unclean. Now it comes from that comes from the Hebrew word H2 930, which is Talmud. Oh, sorry, that's okay. Yeah, okay, that's all I got on that one.
All right. Okay. All right. What's the next one? Anybody?
The next one is, let me see, H0887. And then
Who's got it?
if somebody can look up wait, did we just do that? No, 629292.
Is that H?
Yeah.
I got 69, 69, 62. The one you said 6962?
Let me look again. 6292.
6292. Okay.
6292.
All right. Got it.
0. Nope, that's not even the right one. What? Where's that again? Let's see. Okay. All right, so 0887 is, let's look at Genesis 34:30 says, and Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink. And that's the word right there, to stink, among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I bring few in number, they shall gather themselves together against me and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, and I and my house. But that's a derivative. That's a derivative. So the
what word are you reading in English?
Abomination. The word is smell. To stink on this one.
Oh, to stink.
Yep.
All right, read it again. Get to that point again.
And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land.
That's when they did what they did to Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a reason
Is
why we're
anybody
not
talking?
using the
I
word?
can't hear nobody.
Yeah, everybody's talking. You can't hear us? Is there a reason why we're not using the word abomination? Why do y'all keep finding the word that's not abomination? There's hundreds of them in there. I don't understand it. Why are y'all doing this? find the word abomination, man. Lord have mercy. There's so many in there.
Well,
It
let me
doesn't mean
read
that we
mine
can't.
then. I'll just read mine. H6291, Ezekiel 4:14 says, "Then say I, Ah, Lord God, behold, my soul has not been polluted from for from my youth up even till now have not I eaten of that which dieth of itself, or torn to pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth."
Okay, where is that? What's the address again?
Ezekiel 4:14.
Did you
Ezekiel
say that?
4.
14.
Ezekiel
Did you
4:14.
did
Yep.
you say
Okay,
that the word abhor means abomination also?
not
Yeah,
all
but
of
we're
them,
only
Jess.
looking for the
Okay.
word abominable. We're
Not
only
all of
looking
them.
for the word
Oh,
abominable.
oh
We're
okay.
only
Because I
looking
was
for the
gonna.
word abominable. Yeah.
I know. Okay. I'm not. I'm getting my nails done. That's why I can't look it up. But I was wondering if Leviticus 26:11, where it says something about abhor. I don't know
Yeah,
if that one
I know,
works.
Jess, but Trot wants specifically the word abominable. That's why CJ just got ripped.
Okay, so I got ripped.
All right,
Hey,
I got it.
listen, I'm
Obviously,
at a I'm
uh,
at a D minus, and F is I'm not too far from the F, so I'm all right.
obviously, the Hebrew word is going to be used for abhor. It's going to be
Yeah,
used for a certain stink. Obviously, okay.
I got
I
you.
don't
I
know
got you.
the word abomination. Guys, there's hundreds of them in there. I can understand if there was only 5. We had to go find this Hebrew word somewhere else. The word abomination is in there hundreds of times. I don't understand the point of going out of your way to find a different, English word. Okay, all right. How many we got left, CJ?
3.
All right,
Which
well,
number you
let's
looking
let's
at,
So
brother?
if someone wants to look up G946 and G948.
I
All
got
right, I
nine.
got G946.
Okay, then I got 8.
Okay. Here's the last Hebrew one. It's H0887.
what's the address?
1 Samuel 13:4.
All right, let's go.
It says, "And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten a garrison of the Philistines, and that Israel also was had in abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal."
Okay, so let's figure out what the abomination is there. Read the verse before that and the verse after that.
Okay.
We need to come to an agreement on what the abomination here was.
Okay. So, this is verse 3. "And Jonathan smote the garrison of the Philistines that was in Gibeah, and the Philistines heard of it. And Saul blew the trumpet throughout all the land, saying, Let the Hebrews hear. And all Israel heard say that Saul had smitten a garrison of the Philistines, and that Israel also had in abomination with the Philistines. And the people were called together after Saul to Gilgal. And the
So what's
Philistines
the?
gathered
Go ahead.
good. And the Philistines gathered themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots and 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore, and in multitude. And they came
Okay,
up
so
and pitched in.
oh my God, how long is that? How long is that second verse there?
It's pretty long.
Are you reading the third verse or fourth verse or? All
No,
right,
that was
no,
verse
no.
5.
So what's the abomination here? Anybody?
Lost, man. I couldn't get like where's the I didn't even hear the word, bro, to be honest.
All
So
right,
verse 4.
give the address again, CJ. Give the address again.
First Samuel 13:4.
All right.
All right, so this says, and all Israel heard that Saul had smitten a garrison of Philistines, and that Israel also had in abomination with the Philistines, and the people were called together after Saul in Gilgal.
Was had in abomination with the Philistines. Yeah, well, is that where the word offensive or loathsome would that fit in there?
I guess like enemies, abhorring each other. They were in hate
No,
against each other.
they have an offense against each other. They loathe each
Yeah,
other.
right. Where'd the Trotonator go? Where's Flip at, bro?
Who's done?
Because it wouldn't make much sense if they smelled bad with each other or if they stink with each other.
Yeah, you
Well,
see somebody you don't like and you turn your nose up like this, like it's a stench.
Now we see loathsome on odios. Well, I don't know
it's
what that
hate. It's
odios
hate.
means.
Oh, that means hate. It means hate.
Okay,
So
so
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it for all the people in the back of the room, in the back of the bus, in the short bus. And this is the children's version. It says, all the Israelites heard the news. The men said, Saul has defeated the Philistine camp. Now the Philistines really hate us. That's what it's saying.
right,
Yeah. So what's the abomination here?
hatred.
Hating your brother.
Well, no, I don't mean to explain it in English. I'm saying, where is the abomination? Where is it? Like what?
You mean like okay, so the Philistines really hate them because they were getting beat up by Saul.
So the abomination is like, if you pay attention to it, right? It's a man of God slew a Gentile, right? That's what happens, and it's literally saying that the abomination is basically the Philistines saying, y'all are abomination to us.
Yeah, right.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So,
Yeah.
right. Okay. So make sure, put a note there, CJ, that that the Jews or Israel became an abomination to the Philistines. Just write it like that, because that's what happened because of them unaliving Garrison. All right, let's go to the next one.
Benny.
That is
Ben.
All
Who
right,
is it?
this is the
Benny.
Greek one. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it says, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold and precious
Whoa.
stones.
Where, address, Benny, address.
Revelation 17:3 or 17:4 and 5.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah,
And the
just make
woman
that.
was arrayed in purple and
He
scarlet
picked
color.
Revelation on purpose.
No,
Nah,
there's only the book of Revelation
No,
has the
I'm
word
kidding.
actually
I'm kidding.
abhor.
No, I know. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
Go ahead.
all right. And decked with gold and precious stones. Okay, let me start over. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Mm. Mm.
Okay. All right. So, CJ, just write, put whore of Babylon and then put abomination next to it.
Who's the horde? Curious.
Anyway, Ink. All right, Ink, you're up.
Oh,
Now, Carrie.
Revelation 7:2, 7:1 and 2, I think
No,
also have the
Ink.
word
No, Ink.
abomination.
Ink. No, Ink is up. Ink is up. Next.
Oh, I love Jesse. So The Greek word I got for it is G948, and there's only 2 times it's mentioned in the Bible, and both of them is in Revelation. So the first
I
address, sorry, one of them is in Revelation. So we'll go to the first one, which is in Romans 2 and 22.
No, that one is not abominable, bro. You got to go to Revelation, the only one that used the word abominable. We don't want to use
Abominable?
abhor.
Okay.
yeah, we're looking for the word abomination, abominable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Revelation's
thought we
21
were
and 8.
just
Well, hey, matter of fact, let's do this. Since there's only 2, do Revelation first, and we'll go do Romans afterwards.
all right. All right. I thought that we were going by the actual Greek word, but yeah, I forgot you wanted the English word.
No,
Okay. So,
that's why I said we could. No,
right,
listen, that's why I
right.
said we could. Because obviously the Greek word doesn't just mean abomination, but I'm just trying to keep it in context with that
I
word.
got you.
But since there's only 2, let's do Revelation, then we'll do Romans afterwards.
So let's look at Revelation. We're at Revelation 21 verse 8. And it says, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and the idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second unalive.
Okay, so CJ, write sinners and the abominable in the lake of fire. Ain't that what it says?
It says unbelieving and abominable.
And what else?
Murderers, whoremongers, sorcerers.
Murderers. So watch this. Why is it separating all the other sins from the word abominable? Anybody?
You
All
mean
right. So
because go ahead.
how come it just don't say sinners? That's what I'm asking. Why is it naming all the sins, murderers? It's naming all these sins, and it says and the abominable.
Well, it says, but the fearful, comma, and unbelieving,
Right.
comma, and the
Right.
abominable,
Right.
comma, and the
Uh-huh.
murderers, comma, and the
Right.
whoremongers, and the sorcerers, and the idolaters, and all liars shall have their part in the lake
Right.
which
But
burneth
what
with
I'm
Okay,
fire.
saying is
so the abominable,
murdering, idolatry, those are sins.
right? But
Right.
if
I'm saying
we look at
what?
that word abominable, if we look at that word abominable, and the definition of it, in parentheses it says especially of idolatry.
Yeah. So matter of fact, look up. Okay. So what is the Greek number for that word abominable that you have there? CJ, do you already have that? You should.
G948.
Yep.
Yeah. What does it mean? What does it mean, CJ? You should already have it written
It's
down.
stain, abhor, foul.
Okay. So it's still foul. It's still abhor, right? It still means what the rest of them mean. So it's the same word being used here. There's this smell. There's something specific about this. Okay. So let's go to Romans Inc.
All right, so if we look at Romans 2 and 22, it says, thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, dost thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, dost thou commit sacrilege? And that word abhorrest is the same word there used in Revelation.
Right. And what is it telling? What is it saying to abhor?
Idols.
Idols. So, which is to hate, right? Or yeah. So, on
Right.
that one, CJ, go ahead and put, what is it? Would you say it was Romans what?
Romans 2 and 22.
Okay. So CJ, just write Romans 2:22, abhor, and then put, to hate idols. And just, I'm just putting the word abhor there so everybody knows that that's the word that's the Hebrew or the Greek word being used for that word abomination or abominable. Okay, do we got any more? Was that it?
No, that's all.
Oh man, what happened? Uh-oh. All right, so let's go over them real quick. CJ, you got all of them right there in front of you.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Genesis. So, how do you how do I do it? Just like all the points? Is that what you want?
What
That
I
we
told
just
you to
did?
write down, buddy. Yeah,
Okay.
what I told you to write down. Hey, don't
Abominable
add
to
to or take away. No, I'm just kidding.
oh.
Come on,
Abominable
man. Come on. Let's go. Spit it out.
to eat with God's people.
Give the address. Did you not
Psalm.
write the
Okay.
addresses down? Did
Yeah,
you
I
not write
did.
the addresses down? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
43:32. Abominable to eat with God's people. Psalms
Okay,
53.
so when we come into agreement that so far, anytime that we saw the word abominable, abomination, that it literally is talking about a bad smell. Can we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So so let's look at it that way for a second. So this one says what does it say?
Abominable to eat with God's people.
Okay, and that was the Egyptians saying
Yep.
that it was abomination to eat with God's people, right?
Yep.
So the first thing we noticed, the first time we saw this, is we saw enmity. That's what we see, right? For the spirit and flesh are enmity to one another, right?
Yeah.
That's what we see, right? Because they say that it's abominable to eat with God's people, and then God's people say, when it comes to eating, we're not supposed to eat everything either. We're not supposed to eat everything either. Swine today isn't a pig. It's a person that just eats everything, but that doesn't eat the truth. That's what a swine is today. So, all right, so we see enmity, the first one that you brought up. Let me write enmity because that's what it is. All right, what else?
All right. Next is Psalms 53:1. A fool says there is no God in his heart. He says there is no God.
Right, so that's enmity again. That's enmity again.
Yep.
Right? So what we see is people in their flesh having enmity against the spirit. That's what we see twice so far. All right, next.
So the next one covers 2, and that is Leviticus 11, 12, and 13. Eating certain birds is an abomination or foods.
Okay, yeah, so this is the food laws, right?
Yeah.
And this is going back to what we're not supposed to eat today. We're not supposed to eat from those that eat everything. The birds that they're referring to there, because it's talking about there's a few birds there that we're not supposed to eat from, just like we're not supposed to eat from the unscaled fish. We're not supposed to eat from the swine. They're all symbolically representing one thing, right? They're representing a non-believer. We're not supposed to eat from them. What did God tell Adam about the tree of knowledge and good and evil? What did he tell him?
Do not eat from the tree of the
Right.
knowledge of
And he
good
said,
and
the
evil.
day that you do, you shall surely die. So when we're not paying attention, because what happens is people are not as familiar with the Bible as they claim. So they're not able to see what God is telling you not to eat. Today, there is something that we're not supposed to eat from.
So,
we're not supposed to eat from the flesh. What?
Could I ask you a question real quick? Because you just brought this up, and this has been something that I've been preaching on quite a bit, hoping I was right, and you just confirmed it. Do not eat swine. That comes New Testament to do not cast your pearls before swine. A lot of times we throw our pearls on the ground before swine, unbelievers that are preaching something different and that are going to just not believe. And at the same time, we go back to Old Testament, we should not eat of the words coming out of their mouth neither.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's where discernment comes in. Let me show you how you know when someone's not using discernment. Let me show you. It's when you are listening to a believer talking to someone, all right, and they're talking about the Bible, and within 30 seconds or a minute, you can discern that one of them is a swine. And I'm not talking about the believer. I'm talking about the other person. And 2 more minutes go by, and the Christian that's talking to this swine still doesn't discern that they're talking to a swine. And then 5 minutes go by, and that Christian still has not discerned. You know how you know they haven't discerned? Because they're still talking to him. It's not hard. We are supposed to 100%. You're supposed to know when someone is a swine. You are supposed to know. Period, man. I hate to say it. I know it sounds a bit harsh, but when someone is not, and then let me say this. If someone says, no, I know they're swine. Oh, so you have already discerned that they were swine, but you're going to cast your pearls anyway. After you discern. So the Bible tells us not to do it, but you're not going to let the Bible get in your way. You're just going to do whatever you want.
Right, because after we discern, we're supposed to just dust our feet and keep walking.
Yes, you're supposed to discern like, oh, okay, my bad. You're not ready. There are people that are not ready, man, and you need to be able to discern that. You don't listen. Let me tell you, when it comes to, we were talking the other day about how, when women dress a certain way, it's not their fault that a man took advantage of them. First of all, 100%, it's never their fault. 100%. I think, first of all, me personally, this is just me. I've never spoke to someone that says that, oh yeah, it is their fault. I've never. Do they exist? They have to exist somewhere. But the only person that would think that, though, the only person that would agree and say, oh yeah, man, that's her fault. I'm telling you, I hate to say this, but the only person that would say that it's the woman's fault is someone that thinks like the other man. They turn women into objects. That's the only person that would agree with that say, oh yeah, it's definitely her fault. That means he thinks just like the criminal. He thinks just like him because he sees it the same way. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, excuse me, when we're talking about casting pearls to swine, when we're talking about being able to discern when someone is acting a certain way, all these conversations intertwine. It's all about discernment. So a woman should be able to discern how a man is acting, the way he's looking at her. You should. We're not talking about whose fault it is. It's the guy's fault, man. 100%. Let's stop the nonsense. We're talking about discernment. You should be able to discern something is wrong with that dude over there. Now, if you're drunk and you're passed out, how can you protect yourself? That's just another issue, right? But it's the same with us. We're supposed to think soberly, which is with the Spirit. But when you're in your flesh arguing, how in the world are you properly going to discern? Now, if you discerned it from the very beginning of the conversation and you said, no, I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway. When you're doing that, then you're not really trying to help the person. You're just trying to flesh at that point. But casting your pearls when you know that the person is a swine, the Bible says not to do it. So we're not supposed to do it. And on the other side, we're not supposed to eat what they say. So if you're not supposed to eat what they say, they're not going to eat what you're saying, but you're going to sit there and waste your time for 30 minutes arguing and yelling to this fool. They're not ready. The person's not ready.
Exactly. Now you had somebody in your comments bring up Trot, ask if we could do a look, like a breakdown look on what pearls mean. So I looked it up real quick. Pearls literally means oyster pearl. Every time it's used in the Bible, the definition of it is a literal pearl. But we know that it goes beyond a literal pearl because not everybody just has a pocket full of pearls in their pocket that they're throwing before people. It's a metaphor. It
Yeah,
means
yeah. So I've looked up pearls. I mean, when I studied this stuff out over 10 years ago. So let's prove what the Bible is talking about. So let's look at it physically. Let's say you were to go to a physical pig. All right, I've worked on plenty farms. If you throw a handful of pearls to a pig, there is a very good chance if you're in that pen, if they're hungry, listen to what I'm saying. If they're hungry, which means they haven't eaten all day, okay, you have a really good chance that if they look at you for food, you have to understand, if you're the same person that is feeding them every day, not some stranger, don't get it twisted what's being said here. I'm talking about people who know pigs, okay? If you're the one that they're relying on food and you show up one day in their bucket, I'm talking about you walk out there with the same bucket that you use every day and it's full of pearls and you pour those pearls in that trough or wherever you put your food for the pigs, it is a very good chance one of them going to try to knock you down because they know, hold on, they know what you normally bring them. They know where you normally pour it. And I'm telling you, when you get them eagered up like that, and it's just a bunch of little rocks, you might have a bad day, man. So this is physical. This is physical. The other side of that is you have to understand what a swine is in the Old Testament. Notice what it says about a swine. It talks about their hoofs, but it says because it doesn't chew the cud. If you think for a second that these words have no meaning, then you have never read the Bible, man. You've never read it. Chewing the cud is the word. That's what chewing the cud is. It's the word. That's why Nebuchadnezzar, when you pay attention to Nebuchadnezzar's story, it goes through this pattern. And it's literally today talking about someone coming back to the Lord. But it only happens when they chew the cud, which is the word. It comes upon them, which is the spirit. It goes through the whole thing. It even says that their hair grows back like feathers. Hair is faith in the Bible. See, when you don't understand all these things, you're not as familiar with the Bible as you're claiming. You're a liar, and what happens is your flesh gets mad, and now you want to argue with the person because they're telling you what the Bible is saying. But now you are turning them into an abomination. They became an abomination to your flesh. You don't like what they're saying, and I'm telling you the truth, that when you're not as familiar with the Bible as you're claiming, you will argue with people that are telling you the truth. So here, when we see the Bible telling us that we're not supposed to eat swine, it's talking about people who are non-believers. That's who it's talking. Those are swine. It's not talking about pigs. Okay? In the Old Testament, they were not supposed to eat the physical pig. Why? Because they were a physical people. Do you understand? The Old Testament, the law that Moses gave was a physical law. It was carved in stone. Do you understand? It was physical stone. Moses gave a physical law to a physical people to teach them how to physically behave. Do you not understand that the law could have never made the spirit right? It was only there to tell physical people to physically behave because it was a shadow of something to come, who is Christ. Christ is the law. He's the fulfillment of the law. That's why Jesus said, Moses said that if you commit adultery with a woman, that you sin. But I say, even if you think about it, he takes it back to the imagination, because the imagination is where sin is taking place. That's where it's taking place. That's why Paul said that when he's talking about people thinking about sinning, they're planting the seed, and then finally the harvest. It becomes an action outwardly, right? But the flood happened because people's imagination were evil continuously. Their imagination, it's not talking about them acting it out. It's talking about their imagination. You go to Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot's wife, it says that she turned back. That in Hebrew, that phrase means to think intensely about. Her imagination. That all these people were.
You got a call.
All these
Yeah, and
people were destroyed. All these people were destroyed because of their imagination. So Jesus, the law, not the law that Moses gave, but the truth. That's why Paul said, Moses gave the law, but grace and truth came through Christ. It doesn't say Moses gave the law and truth. No. Moses gave the law, but grace and truth. Jesus is the truth. He's not just what Moses gave. He fulfilled it by bringing it back to its original state. Sin is in your imagination. So I'm saying all that to say this. That's what a swine is today. A swine is someone whose imagination is not on the Lord. They are an abomination to us, and we are an abomination to them. The smell is not the same. We're enmity. The flesh and the spirit is enmity to
sure.
one another. Go ahead.
On the topic, like you're talking about chewing the cud. So the swine, he doesn't chew the cud. And remember, you discussed how that word, when you look at it in the Hebrew, it means to ruminate, and it means to meditate or
Yeah.
think deeply about, to think on something deeply, like to meditate on it, and that's the word, right? And so when you go to the
Right.
pearl, and he says, don't cast it to the swine, because the Greek word for that is like margaritas, like margarites, and it means a pearl, but it also means, as far as a proverb goes, a word of great value. So we know that God's
Yeah.
word is the cud, which is the word of great value. It's a pearl, so they don't chew it, they don't eat it, right? So yeah,
Right.
that's good right there. But
Right.
but
So a
it's
swine.
it's clear.
It is clear to those who diligent. If you just look up the word pearl and it says pearl, you're like, oh, it's talking about a pearl, man. It ain't talking about what y'all are telling me. My friend, listen clearly. You are not diligently seeking. I'm telling you, that is not what diligently seeking is. To understand Nebuchadnezzar, to understand when you read the story and they go, oh, he turned him into an animal, my friend, you are not diligently seeking. Obviously, in real life, Nebuchadnezzar was turned into an animal. There's no argument there. That is so clear. But if you diligently paid attention to the word of God, you would understand what the dew of heaven was. You would understand what the claws represented, what the feathers represented, because you're diligently seeking. The dew of heaven has a very strong resemblance of something very particular in the Old Testament. But because you're not diligently seeking, that word diligently is talking about investigate. You're not investigating. You're being slothful and lazy. You're reading the black letters on the white page, and you're nothing more but a Saul of Tarsus. It'd be best for you to go preach the law, because that's as far as you can see to the tip of your nose. You don't see any further. You see nothing else. And that's why you don't understand the Bible. That's why you're struggling. That's why everything's about sin. Nothing has been defeated. It's all about sin. And you read scripture in the New Testament, it says, well, Christ took away sin, but at the same time, and now we go back to the same time, right? Now you're allowing swine. You're eating swine. You're eating the lie. Now we're back in the garden, tree of knowledge and good and evil. Everything's good and everything's evil. There's good people. There's bad people. So instead of focusing on Christ, instead of focusing on what Christ did, he's good, she's good. He's bad, and that person's good, and this person, based on performance. And you're missing it again.
I see that a lot. Somebody says, but at the same time. People need to understand that but at the same time just negates everything you just said. So how are you going to preach about grace, but then say, but at the same time? It just negated the grace you preached about.
Oh, it does. And that's the whole point. That's what they were trying to get at. So they want to come into agreement with grace because they can't deny that. You cannot deny the grace, but you can negate it 100% by saying, but,
What?
and that's Satan saying, but that's Satan doing that. So what was the next one? Who's got the next one?
The next one was the next one was First Samuel. First Samuel. I, of course. I don't remember what verse it was, but Israel became an abomination to the Philistines. I'm gonna go
All
look at
right.
what it was. Hold on.
So Israel became an abomination. So we see enmity and flesh again. That's what we see.
Yeah. 13:4.
Okay. All right. That's all right. Let's go to the fifth one.
Okay.
The next one.
The next one is Ezekiel 4:14. Abominable flesh.
Abominable flesh.
Or
Read it real quick. I can't remember what it said. CJ, you there? Hello.
Sorry. Yeah. 13.
Read it real quick. Ezekiel
4. Is it 14? I said. Yeah. Okay. That says. Then said I, Lord, God, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for my from my youth, goodness, up even till now have I not eaten of that which defileth of itself, or is torn
So
into
it's
pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth.
Right. So watch this. So 5 is about abominable flesh. Abominable flesh. God told Adam, do not eat of that tree. Jesus said, if you don't eat of my flesh, you will never have everlasting life. So is Jesus' flesh abominable? No, because it gives life. And Jesus is the tree of life. Satan is the abominable flesh. And that's what we don't eat from. So far, all 5 of them is literally talking about enmity between God and the Spirit. We've went over 5 of them. Let's go over another one, 6.
6 is Revelation 17:5, mother of abominations.
Mother, okay. So we'll say, and what does it say? It says, in her hand is a cup full of abominations, right? Ain't that what it said in there?
I think so. Hold on, let me look.
in 17:4, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Golden cup in her hand, full of abominations.
Yeah. Full of abominations, right? And didn't Jesus drink the cup?
Yep.
That's because there's 2 cups. There's 2 cups in the Bible. All right. So let's go to 7. I'll go over 6 a little bit here in a minute. Go over 7. Let's go to 7 real quick.
Okay. Revelation 21:8, sinners and abominable in the lake of fire.
Okay. Abomination. Lake of fire. All right. So I think the last one is Romans. Is that the last one?
Yeah, Romans, abhor to hate idols.
Abhor what?
To hate idols. Hate idols.
Abhor idols. Yeah, abhor idols. Yeah. But that word for abhor, right? It's still abomination. It's a scent, a smell. I don't know if y'all remember, but we should have talked about 2 smells in the Bible, right? There's a smell that is pleasing to God, right? There's a certain aroma that's pleasing to God.
Sacrifice.
Right. But that sacrifice, that smell. Do what?
No, it's not.
Do what?
I said, no, it's not.
What do you mean, no, it's not?
Doesn't it say, I don't find those pleasing? The sacrifices and things?
No, I don't, bro, you sound like an Islamic believer. He's talking about animal sacrifices. animal. Obviously, brother, the Lamb of God is the sacrifice, and that is very pleasing to him. That's the aroma. So the sacrifice that is not pleasing to him are the animal sacrifice. That's why that never solved the problem. But the shadow of what it represented was pleasing to the Father. It's the shadow that it represented, not the animal. The shadow. So don't get it twisted.
When I said sacrifice, I probably should have put a little more context behind it. That's my bad.
Yeah, no, it's good.
My bad too.
So there's two smells in the Bible. There's a smell of Christ, right? And that smell is a stench. It's a stink to the swine. It doesn't smell good to them, but to the spirit, it does smell good. And then there's the swine, the smell of a swine. It's a stench to believers, but to other swine, it's the aroma. It's that they love it, right? And so it's not hard for Christians to hang out because we recognize the aroma. And it's not hard for sinners to hang out because they recognize the aroma of one another, right? It's kind of like smokers. I'm telling you, within seconds, all the smokers find each other at any facility, right? They know where to go. They know, I mean, it's just the aroma. There is an aroma, and I'm not talking about smoke. They both smell like smoke so bad they can't smell each other. But there is a characteristic about them. There is a demeanor. You know, they just find each other. It doesn't take long. And it's the same with anything. Fishers, obviously, people who love fishing, they're going to find each other. I'm just pointing out anything that we can relate to. But there's two smells. And that's what the two abominations are. There's two abominations in the Bible. Christians, believers, are abomination to non-believers, and non-believers are abomination to us. But one thing that we've seen just in the 8 that we went over is abomination is enmity to God. That's what the abomination is. You can continue to do this, and you'll see people, now they'll only point out like 5 abominations, right? They'll say that if a man sleeps with a man or a woman sleeps with a woman, that is an abomination to God. And they're focusing on the sin. So they think that God is pointing out the sin is the abomination. And then we went over one while ago. It talks about men should not dress like women. Women should not dress like men because it's an abomination. And then after a while, people are only wanting to focus being gay is an abomination. It's like, that's funny. The word abomination's in the Bible hundreds of times. And these are the only 2 abominations you're bringing up? Why? Why is that the only 2 you're bringing up? Why don't we talk about what the abomination is? And people say, it's being gay. Look, first off, I'm not gay. I'm not trying to defend anyone who is gay, but let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth on what the abomination is, on what it is. And the abomination is when you are enmity to God. That's what the abomination is. Period. When you are a swine. The abomination is when you are the swine. Now, the swine is going to choose to do all sorts of sin. So we're not saying that sin is not an abomination. No. Let's tell the whole truth. It's the imagination. That's what the abomination is. It's the imagination. Your imagination, right? This goes all the way back to the mark, right? In Ezekiel, there's a man in white linen with an inkhorn by his side, and he places a mark on the forehead of certain people. And behind him are people that slew the others that didn't have the mark. There's 2 marks in the Bible. There's the mark of the beast, and there's the mark of Christ. The difference is when you're looking at the mark of Christ, it means signature when you read it, when you're understanding it in English. But when you're looking at the mark of the beast, it means stamp. How funny is that, the way they put this? That Christ takes the time to put his personal signature on your forehead, but Satan just takes a stamp and just slams it on there, just stamps away. It's just so funny how that's played out. But the mark on the forehead is talking about the imagination. The mark on the hand is talking about servitude, who you serve. That's what it's talking about. That's what the marks are representing. It's talking about imagination and who you serve. So if you have the mark on the forehead of Satan, obviously the mark's on your hand because you serve him. That's where your imagination is. And same as it is with Christ. If your imagination is of Christ, then obviously your hand is going to follow and you're going to serve Christ. So abomination goes all the way back to imagination. That's what abomination goes back to, is your imagination. So, and we only did that going over 8. You can do this going over all of them. It's the exact same thing. What's up?
I said,
Yeah. So, guys, we normally get off at 10. Man, it is 10:30. And I'm, I get up at approximately 5:00 every morning. And if I'm out on the range or doing something, I can't always hop on at exactly. I try, trust me. But I didn't mind staying a little later because we didn't start till a little later. But if anybody's got something to say it now. Forever hold your peace.
God bless.
This was good.
Has anybody
Thank
got
you.
anything?
I really appreciated this one. I appreciated all of them, but this
Yeah.
is a good, it's good to know.
I needed that, what Dre said from First Peter from the beginning. I've been wondering for a while.
It has been very good. I just want to say thank you for allowing me up to be part of it. I haven't been around
Absolutely.
a whole lot, and I think it's something I'm going to start checking out more and more every morning, because when I wake up in the morning and I do my prayers, I thank God just for waking me up. I pour my coffee and I turn this thing on, and it's amazing how many lives you run through where people are arguing and it's the same old thing. So to see this where you have a different topic every day, I mean, it's really refreshing. So I think I'm going to start hanging out more often to just fellowship with in a more peaceful environment. So that being said, I appreciate everything you do, Trot, everybody on the panel, everybody in comments. Love you all. God bless. Hope you all have a great day.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're welcome. You're welcome whenever. Benny, Taylor, Big, y'all three been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I mean, it's
In
always
half a mile,
it's
turn
astonishing
left,
every time,
and
man.
then
Just how the word expresses itself thoroughly. So, I mean, you gotta force yourself not to believe the truth, but I mean, hey, it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Big, what's up? Taylor,
No, good,
one of
man.
y'all.
I was just sitting back listening, just being quiet. Yep.
All right. Taylor, what's up, man? You still lost or what?
No, I'm good.
Taylor comes on, it's like, turn around. He's like, oh.
Hey, sure.
Better not.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to be vaporized. Better not.
He turns on his speaker, bro, and it's like, you are not descaled. Turn around. All right, Dre, what's up, bro? You still there?
Yeah, man. I'm here.
All
All right. No, I'm good. God bless everybody. I'm gonna try to link you up. I'm gonna try to link up with you later, me and Benny. Try if you have some time.
Okay.
All right.
All right, guys. I don't know if we're doing a two-a-day or a triune Friday. I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
If we do, obviously, we'll send out the message so everybody gets it. Hopefully tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll put out a message if so. If not, we will see you on Monday morning, and we're going to go over Job basically the same way. Maybe not in its entirety, but we're going to go over Job in a deeper fashion, and maybe hopefully people get a more understanding of what Job is, rather than God having Satan on a leash, sicking him on everybody. That's just not what's taking place, even though that's what people want to believe. That's not what's happening. But we're going to go over that Monday morning. And all right, well, that's it. So God bless.
God bless.
Y'all have a good one.
God bless. Take care.
Adios.